Aquarius, this is your September tarot forecast. It looks like September is bringing around huge themes of completion and accomplishment and success, as well as peace and harmony, all of that restored. Okay, let's get into this reading, okay? First of all, before we look at these cards together, and I will pull more cards to clarify, I just want to take you back to what I'm sensing was going on around mid to late August. Over the last few weeks, couple of weeks, what's been going on. It seems like a lot of fun and growth in your personal relationships, lots of fun with friends, lots of fun with a significant other. Maybe it's dating, the dating scene is looking really good right now. Maybe you're just like coming along leaps and bounds with the people in your life, significant others, business relationships, or groups of friends and family members. But all of this is bringing you your relationships right now. I guess Venus is in Libra. It's so harmonious to do. Relationships are just flowing when Venus is in Libra. It's been bringing you so much peace, right? All of these people in your life, they bring you peace and joy. It's so great to see. There might have been some revisiting of an old friendship or an old relationship in the last few weeks that maybe gave you some food for thought, or some sort of a reason that you needed to sleep on it and think about things again. We're really going to have to talk briefly on the Saturn Retrograde in Aquarius that's going on until October. This card is associated with Saturn, your ancient ruler Aquarius, and Saturn is in its diurnal rulership of Aquarius for the next 3 years, but until October of this year, it will be going retrograde. It will be in retrograde motion. I have a real feeling that like you've had to probably really look at your boundaries with other people, like what friendship groups are healthy, like establishing healthy boundaries in like family workspaces and things like that. You've definitely had some time needed recently to reflect on the relationships in your life and what brings you value. It looks like you've really identified these positive relationships in your life. Okay, so then we get on to the month of September. So we're in the month of September now, and I'm sensing for the majority of the month, things are going to be wrapping up in a positive way. Longer cycles of your life, you may feel are getting the rewards now. You may feel like things you've been working on are beginning to get recognition in the month of September. Could be launching a project, could be finally finishing something that you've worked a long time at, could be within a personal relationship, could be a personal goal or professional goal of yours. But somebody in the month of September brings some news to you that sounds like gossip, it sounds bad, and it sounds like something you don't really want to be lowering yourself to, but some information comes your way. It's like somebody has done something terrible, somebody's done something, have you heard what they've done? It kind of like, it starts becoming gossipy, but they're bringing you some news of some sort of issue that's come up that you're not happy to hear about it. It's like the bearer of bad news in September. Overall, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything that like sends you off the wagon or anything. Temperance is you being very much in your inner peace mode, very aligned, very only motivated and doing better and going higher and like broadening your horizons and perspectives. So I don't think you're going to fall into the trap of Page of Wands in reverse, mid-month gossip, or just, God, I feel like September is going to be a really lots of news, and some of it you don't really like to hear. But Saturn, when retrograde for the 5-month period, really is here basically, Aquarius, to ask us to, so Saturn is all about discipline, rules, boundaries and limits, and that's the effect externally in our external world, and circumstances we face seem limiting to us. But when it's retrograde, that means the direction is turned inwards. So you're working out over the next 5 months, what are my boundaries with people? People you might feel increasing demands on you from work, from family, from love, from life, where, Saturn retrograde, that's coming up to say like, no, what are my boundaries here? I'm not going to be taken advantage of. Watch out for themes like that. Define good boundaries and kind of focus on what structures in your life and things like that just don't work anymore. You'll probably be starting to see through a lot of structures, a lot of Saturnian archetypes in life that you're like, no, I'm seeing a little bit through this now. Okay, so then we take it to the end of the month. Money seems to be on your mind then. researching, making plans. Okay, so something happens at the end of the month where you have to recuperate financially, and it's not going to be an issue. You have the like kind of means or savings or security, and you have a very many, maybe more than one avenue in how you actually generate more resources, aid, money, help, support, whatever it may be that's been distributed here. So there might be something that sets you back financially, or you have to reconsider, can I spend on this? Can I afford this? You might start to feel like, I don't want to be penny pinching, but at the same time, I have to be realistic and responsible. You might be dealing with a Virgo by the end of the month, or another earth sign, where they're giving you some tips, they're giving you some guidance, and they're putting you onto something that has been like, that's what you needed to hear. This conversation turns things around. A few conversations in the month of September that are going to be very important. Let's clear up these cards and see what we're getting from them, Aquarius. We'll look at them together. All right, let me turn this down. Hopefully you can see that. Wonderful. So let's go. Okay, well, why don't we ground this off with an oracle before returning to the tarot? That's interesting. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck and the Hermit on the laptop. Both on the laptop, both researching, both doing work online, both creating some sort of content or looking into information. I could see you probably doing a lot of work online this month, Aquarius. Okay, especially more so towards the end of the month. So let's take this oracle card now. For the here and now, imagine the highest version of yourself, Aquarius, was sitting here speaking to you. What would their message be to you? What do you need to understand right now about this journey you're on and what you're dealing with? So we've got Enter the Jade Temple, and I'm going to read from the oracle about this. Here we go. So it says, Kuan Yin in her temple of peaceful jade causes all conflict to elevate to a higher and peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is actually already underway. So this really talks to me about elevating. Spirit, the triangle up on this woman's chest pointing upwards, elevation, healing, peace. So you may be embroiled in some sort of a conflict and you think it's growing legs, but actually this seems to me to be telling you, like the Spirit is saying, that this is already underway. In fact, you are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so that you can more readily receive the divine solution and blessing of peace from the beloved Kuan Yin when it arrives. It goes on to say that there are moments on the path where conflict arises and struggles emerge. These conflicts may be within us or appear to be an external relationship or situation. Because of Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, I feel like these struggles are actually coming from within. Not for everybody, but that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. So this can be part of the experience of life on the physical plane that actually helps us raise our vibration to find unity and yet honor our individuality. Well, that's Aquarius all over, right? So peace doesn't mean avoiding conflict or pretending that struggle does not exist. Peace is the light that flows when we are able to step above the illusions of separation, competition, and conflict to seek our consciousness where we are in fact all in one divine love and we're all serving the path of life in our unique ways together. Beautiful. I hope that meant something to you, Aquarius. So let's keep going now on the tarot. So we're going to put that away. We're going now to keep going. Yes. 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. What's coming through now for these cards? Three of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Well, there was definitely boundaries defined, because I actually think you left some relationships in the past, you moved on, and you turned your back on some certain people or situations in your life over the last few weeks. They might have felt small, they might have felt more impactful. For some, you did this moving away so that you could wrap up a huge cycle. For some of you, this just means relocating. You moved away, so you had to say goodbye to situations. You were taking a chance on another direction and another avenue in life, really ready to explore, but also knowing knowing that the time was right to move away, in terms of it just wasn't satisfying. You knew there was more out there. You knew something else could fill up your soul intuitively, like soulfully. Yeah, and I mean, for some it really did involve like drawing a line with relationships, drawing boundaries there, but I really see a lot of people moving on from an old job, moving on from an old way of living, moving on from an old place and a relationship, okay? So yeah, you've had to think about these things. It might have been difficult because, you know, it could have been you and a partner moving away, it could have been you moving away from family or friends, work team that you were really close to, but okay, let's go, let's keep going. Now this is really where a lot of the soul growth is happening mid-month, or no, actually I see it all of September. I see it really from the beginning to the end, you taking these like big sort of leap and bound steps in your soul evolution, and they can feel intense, but it seems like conflict is being resolved according to our oracle. Let's see what the World card, Page of Wands in reverse, and Temperance means. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, you are beginning to get frustrated by the discrepancy insofar as you think I have invested so much at this point, I've done so much work, I've endured so much, I have committed myself to this avenue in life time and time again, I have shown my commitment and endurance. Why now am I getting information coming my way in September that derails that, or sets me back, or makes me think that I'm doubting myself? Some indecision may come up, some indecision around your doubts. This is this Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, powerful transit. It brings up a lot of our self-limiting beliefs when Saturn retrogrades, and especially in its home sign of Aquarius, your sign. You're going to feel that. That is, you know, you're starting to feel indecisive in September because you'll say, oh, is this worth investing in? Is it worth me putting all my time in? Will it ever pay off? And you just aren't seeing results quickly enough in September, I don't think. You don't feel satisfied with this payoff or the reward you're getting. You thought that's much less than I thought it was going to be. I put so much work into it. But look, money starts to become an issue for you. Whether that's negative or positive, I don't know. It's coming up as something that's pentacle, 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 that is going to be on your mind for some reason. Positive or negative there will clear up in the next row, but basically I just see you kind of being frustrated with how something is developing this month. Could be coming from this Page of Wands that just puts a spanner in the works, or it's something that you were just thought was going to take off more impactfully. It just might be more of a slow burner, okay? But count, you have achieved a lot recently, and the world is here to remind you of that. The world is here to remind you of your accomplishments, of your success, and of all this sort of peace it's bringing to you now, and ease in your relationships, the ones that remained after you decided what was worthy and what was not, and bring you a lot of peace, I think. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Pentacles, and the Hermit. Let's clear this up. Money's on your mind, your resources is on your mind, you're looking at where you can invest or where you can expand. Excuse me. Knight of Pentacles, very strong Virgo energy. Ace of Swords. You're ready for something else then. You kind of are assessing your money situation, you're assessing your wealth and resources, and you're ready actually to move something in a direction forward. Look, you got over the initial disappointment that this didn't just take off as quickly as you hoped, or it just didn't do what you had most wished, but that does not mean it isn't going to. This is all about endurance, my friend. Aquarius, you have been taught this lesson of Saturn's retrograde until October is teaching you what is going to endure, what's worth enduring, and what's worth sticking with. Addressing any self-limiting beliefs and the fears we have about what we can accomplish is very important now. You are going to be moving something forward, and finances are moving forward by the end of the month. I don't really see that as being an issue. In fact, I feel like you get this dazzling insight into what's possible for you. Everything becomes clear. The gossip, the pettiness, the freaking coming with bad tidings and bad information that sets you back, that's resolving itself, is what I can see. I can see you having a huge breakthrough here, Aquarius. Well, what are we going to be looking at online? Something to do with Virgo. Could be something to do with Virgo season in September. That's where we're in. So it could be health, well-being, a great routine, yoga, meditation, anything like that. Purification of the body, mind, and spirit. All right, Aquarius, that is your reading for September. Feel free to subscribe and see you soon.